In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can.
Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and there's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass off the info. You could do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tech Zone. What's going on? It's me, Paul Amadeus Lane, ABC News Radio KMET, iHeartRadio, iTunes, live stream, YouTube, however you are tuning into the show. All I have to say is thank you. So happy that you decided to be with us during this show today. We're going to be talking about a number of subjects. Now, check this out. We're going to talk about cheese. Can you believe that? Cheese and tech. I know you guys are probably wondering, what in the world does cheese have to do with technology? We have to stay tuned to find out more about it. Also want to talk about my recent trip to CSUN. Like, what is Paul talking about CSUN? You want to know what CSUN is? Again, you have to stay tuned and find out. See, I can't tell you everything in the beginning. Because if I do, you might not want to stay tuned. So I have to tease you. So this is what we call it in broadcasting and media, that we have to tease the next story, tease the next segment, because we want you to stay tuned through the whole show, because we have some great guests joining us and some great topics. I'm sure you don't want to miss what's coming up. It's awesome. It's just full, packed full of awesomeness. That's what it is. But before we get our show started, want to let you know how you can connect with me. PaulAmadeusLane.com. That is the website. That's how you can connect with me. You can follow me on social media. You can send me little messages, any ideas that you have of any topics that you would like for us to cover on the show. See, the reason why I like to do that is because the show is for you. See, if I just talk about what I think is okay and what I think is pretty cool, then it may not be cool to you. So I want to know what you want to talk about, what you would like to hear, what you would like to see, topics in tech that you would like for us to cover, and we will, in the words of Jean-Luc Picard, Captain Picard, we will make it so. Number one. Yes, we will. All right. So I thought we would start today's show just sending our thoughts and prayers to the victims of the mass shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. And you notice I'm not going to slap a label on the ones who lost their lives, because they were human beings like you and I. They had families. They had jobs. They were worshiping the way that they chose to worship. And that really brings up another subject as well, too. I am not part of the religion that those who were involved in this tragic shooting are a part of. I'm part of a different religion. I practice a different faith out there. And one thing the faith that I practice teaches is that we follow the second commandment that Jesus told his disciples, his followers at the time: love your neighbor as yourself. So what does that mean? Now, I'm not preaching a sermon this morning, because this is not the platform to do it. But what I want to do is use my platform just to talk about what we can do if we're out there and if we see something that doesn't seem right, that if we know that someone may incite violence against someone because of their race or religion, their gender, of what our obligation is. Now, when we love our neighbor as ourselves, then that means that we treat those the way we want to be treated. So let's say, God forbid, that someone was going to do something tragic to one of our family members. And let's say that one of their friends and family kind of knew about it. They followed some Facebook post and knew that something was wrong. And that person failed to warn that individual, and our family members were injured or hurt and may have lost their life. How would we feel about that person who didn't say anything? We would be like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you bring it to the attention of the authorities? Many of us choose to be on social media. And social media is a wonderful platform because you can stay informed of a lot of things. I know parents, you can find out things that are going on at your kid's school, whether they have assignments, whether school is out. You can keep abreast of a lot of things. If you follow a certain brand of clothing or food, sometimes there are coupons, or broadcasting school coupons, that you can take a part of. So social media really has its place. But there's the dark side of social media where there's hatred. There's people who are instigating and being insightful. I know some colleagues, mentors that I had in media. Sometimes they go overboard with trying to incite things. They'll post certain things because they want to get a response out of someone to put this side against that side and have all this hatred spewed. And because of that, we have a responsibility. And that responsibility is, if we see something that looks weird and someone is inciting violence, it's nothing wrong with letting the authorities know or letting the platform know that this is happening. See, in this world today, people say, don't be a snitch, don't dry snitch, don't be a rat, don't do this and that. But it's nothing wrong with being honest. No matter what religion that you practice, honesty is a core value of that religion or that faith. If you follow the Bible, if you read the Bible, if you claim to follow God, you know that God values honesty. And even if you're not religious, don't you like someone when they're honest and want to let people know what's going on? So it's nothing wrong with that. Now, some people may say, well, this person is an enemy because they worship that way. This person is an enemy because they're a part of that race or that religion. Well, again, if you claim to follow Christ, if you claim to worship God, what did Jesus say? Even if someone is our enemy, love your enemy as yourself, or show love to your enemy. So you can't have it both ways. You can't claim to be religious and then practice hate. It doesn't work. You can't claim to be religious and turn an eye when someone is inciting violence or hatred out there. It doesn't work. But what does work is showing love to one another. So if we choose to be on social media, if we choose to be a part of an online presence, use it responsibly. But not only that, if you see something, if it doesn't seem right, let someone know. Sort of like when we're out about having a good time now. Remember, we've been told if something doesn't look right, if someone looking kind of shady. Now, we're not talking about racially profiling anybody, but you know what I'm talking about. When something just doesn't seem right, someone is looking like they're about to maybe do some harm. Friends, we have a responsibility. Let's remember that responsibility here. Let's remember those who lost their lives in the tragedy in Christchurch, New Zealand. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take our first break, and we are going to talk about some cheese. Cheese and technology, how does it go hand in hand? I promise you it will make sense when we get back from this break. Coming up on Paul Amadeus Lane. Remember, you can connect with me, paulamadeuslane.com. Be back right after these messages.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.